ashamed of, you know, of how you start at all. It's about how you finish, but you just have to want to grow. You have to want to evolve. Yeah. So don't think that you're doing something today and it won't have any impact on your life tomorrow. That is a damn lie. There is no right way to do the wrong thing. The wrong thing is going to always be the wrong thing, and it's going to always lead you down the wrong path. Don't think you're getting away with nothing. I don't care what it is. There is nothing that you could possibly do that you think you are going to get away with. I don't care if nobody sees you. God sees you and the universe sees you, and that energy will come back to you at some point in time. Guaranteed.
Yeah, my man. What's up with you, Torin?
How you doing?
How you feeling, boy?
I'm good. How are you?
You look good. How old are you now, T?
22.
God, dog, man. I've been knowing you a long time, man.
6, 7 years.
You was 15.
15.
And they had you in that push-up challenge.
Yeah, push-up challenge.
And you out-pushed up all them boys. Hey, what's up, twins?
What's up?
What's up? We got Markel and Markeem.
Yes, sir.
Okay, which one is Markeem? The one that don't talk? Okay. And you, Markel, the one that really don't talk? Okay, cool. Y'all got the same shirt on?
No.
Okay, just make a show. Oh, okay. You got different stripes. How y'all doing, man?
Good.
Good.
Y'all answer the questions at the same times often?
Yes. Sometimes.
Yeah, I got twins too, man. I got twin daughters, identical twins. So I grew up with that, man. So welcome to how y'all doing, man?
Good. I'm doing good.
You doing real good. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Okay, first of all, who's the oldest first? Let's get that out the way. Yeah. Does he remind you of that all the time?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he try to play big brother on you?
No, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's rare, man. All right. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm 12 years old. I attend Utopian Academy for the Arts. The founders are T.C.S. Miller. I like fishing. I like soccer. I want to be a firefighter when I grow up.
Wait a minute, man. You like fishing?
Yes, sir.
I was just fishing today. I just went fishing today. I done fished 4 times in the past week. That's what I do. I fish. Fish, man. Okay, that's pretty good. All right. Tell me a little bit about yourself, buddy.
I'm 12 years old. I like World War II history. I like cooking shows. I want to be a chef when I grow up, and I like football.
You like World War II what?
World War II history.
First time I ever heard that. That's pretty good, man. That's unique. You're going to be something special. Yeah, I was not good in history, man. I couldn't remember nothing. Probably because I didn't care that much. Okay, I got now Markel and Markeem, you go to a school from a friend of mine. What's the name of the school you all go to?
Utopian Academy of the Arts.
Well, the director of your school is Mr. Artesius Miller?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know him?
Yes, sir.
I know him too. You know how I met him? I met him, he was a student at Morehouse College, and he was friends with my sons. And he came down to the college, and we fraternity brothers, we're in the same frat. There's a fraternity, if you do go to college, all of you, that you should seriously look into, but it's not for everybody. You have to be born this way. There's a fraternity called Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. It was formed by 4 men back in 1911. You might want to look into that. That's only if you're great, though. If you don't want to be great, go do something else. They have other groups. They have clubs you can get in, okay? If you go. So I met Artesius Miller. He's a frat brother, and he opened up that school. So that's how I met him, and he's a great friend of mine. Is Trayvon there yet?
Sir.
What's up, man?
What's good?
Good, good. How old are you, Trayvon?
15.
15. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I like to play basketball, and like I do gymnastics, and I want to become an engineer when I grow up.
You do gymnastics?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I've never met a basketball player that did gymnastics. That's pretty good, man. Now, let me ask you something about that ball in your hand. Are you nice? You nice with it?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with it. Got to tighten up on my handles, but I'm pretty sure if I practice hard enough, I get good at it.
Hey, man, just look at all the footage you can of Kyrie Irving. You familiar with Kyrie Irving?
Yes, sir.
You play with Brooklyn right now. Get all the footage. He got the nastiest handles in the game. That's breaking ankles the whole time. That's what I never had, handles. I had hops, but I didn't have handles. But if you threw it to me, Lord, I could fly. It just, couldn't take the ball with me. So Trayvon, if you had to ask me a question, man, what would you ask me?
Well, since me not knowing my father, since date of birth, like, what is something that you can tell me about manhood that I should know at this age?
Well, first of all, not knowing your father, I cannot tell you that it doesn't matter, because it does. Because it affects young men when they don't have a father in their life. It affects young girls when they don't have a father in their life. Because you constantly ask questions about, why? Why isn't he here for me? Why won't he come to my game? Why won't he write me? Why won't he talk to me? But like I say at the camp, man, I want you to understand something about your father when he's absent from his life. Sometimes these men have issues that they need a lot of help with. And I told Torrance when he was 15 at the camp, I said, there will come a time where you may meet your father. You will be taller than him. You will be stronger than him. You will resemble him, and you're going to have feelings towards him. But what I try to tell young men who don't have fathers is don't hold the bitterness, because you have no idea what he's going through. Because let me tell you something. If you are a father in this world and you are not active in your child's life, for whatever the reason, God does not let you off the hook with that. Your father is somewhere paying for this right here. He's nowhere enjoying his life, having a free ride. It doesn't work that way. God, when he makes us fathers, we should become dads. See, first of all, any man can become a father. All you got to do is have sperm. You can become a father. It takes a special man to become a dad. See, because when you call your father, you go, Daddy. It takes a special man to become a dad. It means you have to now apply a lot of the principles to the life of a child. Some fathers, due to problems that they had growing up, never learned that, are incapable of that, or for some reason are pushed out in a position where they think, well, man, ain't no need of me going over there now. He probably ain't checking from me. He probably pissed off at me. I don't know what to say to him, because men don't really deal oftentimes with emotions the best way they should. The next thing I would like to tell you is, and I spoke about this earlier, is God don't make no mistakes. See, Trayvon, the reason your mother and your father got together 15 years ago was to produce you. Because God needed you to be here. I'll tell you something else. You're so special that of all of the thousands of boys that want to come to this mentoring camp, how is it, think about this for a second, that you and these other young men on these squares on this camera happen to be the ones that's on this call tonight, happen to have met Torrin, a 22-year-old that been in my camp since he was 15, and you getting on the phone, you getting on here with Steve Harvey. How does that work? There are, I think, I might have this number wrong, but somewhere around 35, 37 million African Americans in the United States, 37 million. Y'all the 6 dudes that's on this phone tonight, on this Zoom call? What? You can't tell me that don't stick out as kind of special to you, that them twins is here, that Trayvon is here, that Michael is here, that Torrin is here. That don't kind of stick out special to you. So what you have to understand, Trayvon, is that even though you don't know him, while you were created by God is still unfolding. And this right here, this meeting of us, is one of the things that God is plugging into your life to fill a gap that you need. See, he know you've been wondering what's up with your dad. He know you've been wondering why he ain't here. And God has a way of fulfilling everything up, man. Like Torrin didn't meet his father until recently. And he had that one conversation with him, and then his father passed regretfully in March, and that was it. So he didn't have him all his life. Then when he met him, he only knew him for a short time, and all he got was answers to the questions. And that was it. His father gone. My father gone. See, so you are here, man, because you special. You special, man. You're a special dude. All y'all that's on this call is special. Every time I do a mentoring program, I remind all of the young men that they are special. So now, here's the one thing that I want you to understand. This is the #1 rule of manhood. If you live by this rule right here, it will make you one of the best men out there. This is the #1 rule of manhood. And my father told it to me. I taught it to all my sons. Here it is right here. Do what you say you gonna do. Now, the proper way to say that is to say, do what you say you're going to do. That ain't how I talk, so that ain't what my t-shirt say. Do what you say you gonna do. Trayvon, Markel, Markeem, Michael, if you live your life doing what you say you're gonna do, you will win the respect of everybody. See, if I tell you I'm gonna do something to my wife and I do it, she respects me because she know as her husband, I do what I say I'm gonna do. If I tell one of my kids I'm gonna do something and I turn around and do exactly what I say I'm gonna do, my children respect me because they say, wow, my dad does what he says he's gonna do. If I tell an employer that I'm gonna do something and I turn around and do it, my employer says, wow, we can count on that guy. Look, man, I've been on TV a lot of years now. On my sitcom, I missed one tape show in all my years of a sitcom, and that was the week my mother passed. On Family Feud, I've been on Family Feud for 11 years now. I've never missed a single tape day. 11 years. Because I do what I say I'm gonna do. Period, across the board. Now, when y'all meet these little girls, Uh-oh, here we go. See, here's why I get your undivided attention now. See, when you meet these little girls, see, everybody won't listen to this right here. Check this out. When you tell a young lady that you're going to do something and then you do it, guess what? Most dudes don't do that. So they go, oh my God. Oh my God, he did it. You called when you said you were gonna call. You walked her home. See, dudes don't walk girls home no more because they don't even know player moves. They don't even know how to be. If I told a girl I was gonna walk her home after school, I walked her home. I didn't care if she lived that away and I lived this away. I walked her all the way home. I walked back past the school to go home. But I did what I said I was gonna do. Women respect that. If you tell your boy, hey man, I'll be at your house at 3:30 to ride with you on the bike down here, and you show up at 3:30, all your boys go, man, Trayvon do what he say he gonna do. That's the #1 rule of manhood. If you follow that rule, you will be the best man you can be, and everybody will respect that. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
I like you, man. I think you're gonna be nice. Started smiling when I mentioned them girls. So where them twins at, Markel and Marquine?
Yes, sir.
Marquine, y'all like girls?
Yes. I'm not getting one until I get in college.
Huh?
I'm not getting one until I get in college.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I said that same thing. Yeah, hold that thought right there. That's good, man. Don't get no girl till you get in college. That's good. Wait till the end. That's what I did. Yes, Lord. Jesus. I can't tell you how that ain't gonna work, but okay. Go ahead. That's a good thought, man. You're not gonna get a girl till you go to college.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, that's good motivation to go to college. I bet I'll go to college then. If that's what it took me to go to college, I sure will go. Hey, where's Michael at? Let me see Michael.
Right here, sir.
Hey, Michael, how you doing, man?
I'm good, Steve. What about yourself?
I'm Mr. Harvey. Steve was your equal. We ain't equal. Tell me a little bit about yourself, man.
I'm 14 years old. One day I want to be an engineer. I like to go outside. I like to play video games. I like to spend time with family and friends. I just like to have fun, you know. I like to live my life as much as I can live my life because I know if I don't get to do what I want to do, then I regret. I don't want to leave this world with no regrets. So I want to live my life as much as I want to. I want to do everything that I say that I want to do before I leave.
Okay, that's fair. So tell me a little bit about something you want to do. What do you want to be? Do you know yet?
Yes, sir. I want to be an engineer when I grow up.
Oh, engineer.
Yes, sir.
There's I got a lot of kids be coming on here talking about they want to be engineers. That's good. I didn't even know what that was at 14. I didn't know what an engineer was. What type of engineer do you know?
I want to engineer, like I want to design buildings basically. Like,
Oh, okay. You want to get off into the big money.
yes, sir.
Yeah, that's good. All right, man, let me ask you, if you could ask me anything, what would you ask me?
I want to ask you, what advice would you give to someone who went through the same situation as you, not growing up, not having a lot, and not having any real positive role models?
Well, look, man, because we grew up poor, I was very fortunate I had a mother and a father who gave me so much in terms of guidance and love. They made up for the lack of money that we had because we didn't have a lot of money. It was funny, man, when I became successful, I went to pay off my mother and father's house and they owed $14,000 on their house. My mom and daddy's house cost $26,000. I didn't even know that till I was grown, you know. And so you live in a $26,000 house, man. You got to know you ain't rich, right? So I grew up really, really poor. What happened along the way was after I flunked out of school and I tried to chase my dreams and I became homeless and lived in a car. You know, my story is pretty well documented. And I caught it, man. I caught a lot of hell along the way. The advice that I have for young people is this. You have to have dreams that are so big that they overcome all of your fears. Because the biggest cause of failure in this country, in this world, the number one cause of failure in this world is the fear of failure. Most people don't try because they're afraid they'll fail. Do you know that? Most people don't chase their dreams because they what if they self right out of it. Man, well, what if they don't like me? What if I go down there and they don't pick me? What if I don't know the answers? What if I don't look like they want me to look? What if I don't pass the test? What if I can't jump or run as high as everybody out there? And they don't even bother chasing their dreams because they what if they self right out of it. What I did was, my dream that I wanted to be on TV so bad was so big that it caused me to overcome all of my fears. Every setback I had, when I had a severe stuttering problem and I couldn't talk in school, I could not talk when I left my house. I stuttered severely. Me wanting to be on TV helped me overcome that. When I flunked out of school and I had no diploma to show job people, my wanting to be on TV was so big that it helped me overcome that. When I ended up living in my car and was homeless with no front door, bathroom, no TV, no telephone, my desire to become a TV star was so big that it helped me overcome that. Because in your darkest moments, if you can maintain the vision of the dream, if you can fix in your mind what it is you want to be, no matter what's happening to you, you don't know your father, you poor, you live in rough conditions, you've been traumatized, man, so what? You ain't the only person been traumatized. You ain't the only person don't know their daddy. You ain't the only person grow up poor. You ain't the only person trying to figure it out. I can show you millions of people who have tried to go through all those things. But that dream has to be so big. And if you can tie those dreams, fellas, into faith, if you can pray, if you can go to God, if you can ask God to help you when it get dark for you out there, them two things right there, your dream and your faith, you can't miss. You can't miss. It's impossible. You'll be successful if you keep the dream alive and you keep the faith. I don't care what happened to you. Believe in your heart and your mind that it will happen, and it will. I don't care what happened to you. I don't care. You're going to meet a little girl that you're going to be crazy about. She just ain't going to see that in you. She ain't going to see it. All y'all done probably did it. You probably didn't like the little girl up at the school and she wasn't feeling you. Dog, it happens. You know how many times I had my heart broken? It was a girl, man, I wanted to go to the junior prom with, to the dance. And I asked her to go to the dance with me and she said no. And it bothered me because I was 15. And so I asked, I said, why won't you go to dance with me? Do you know what she told me? She said, I don't like your facial features. Well, what the hell? What the fuck? What I'm supposed to do about this bullshit? Hold on. You don't like my facial features. I ain't got money for plastic surgery. So where we at? Look, they didn't even have plastic surgery when I was a little boy. I ain't got no money. You don't like my facial features. I'm sitting there going, none of them? How about my eyebrows? Give me something. Hell, I always had nice teeth. I always had a pretty good smile. Give me something. I don't like your nose and lips. Well, damn it, they're not gonna change. See the thing, my nose and lips, you see the size they are right now? They was the same size when I was 8. They was the exact same size when I was 8. It ain't never changed. That girl told me I don't like your facial features. Well, let me tell you a true story, man. I messed around and I made it. I became famous. I was a touring stand-up comedian, and I went back to Cleveland, Ohio, to the to the music hall. Sold 5,000 tickets. Everybody, Steve Harvey back home in Cleveland, sold out the music hall, 5,000 people. I remember dressing room after the show, a lot of family and friends came down. A guy said, hey man, it's a fine chick out here, man. Said she know you. I said, okay, bring in the dressing room. She come in the dressing room, and it was the girl that I had asked to the junior prom. And let me tell you something, man. She was way finer then than she was in school. Oh, I was head over heels over this chick when I was 15, but when I saw her again at 38, whoo, this chick was, bam, she had it all. She said, we talked for a while, I remembered her. She said, you remember me? I said, yeah. She said, well, I thought you had forgot all about me. I said, no, I always remembered you. She said, would you like to go out and have a drink? I said, I don't drink. She said, well, how about some coffee? I said, I don't drink coffee at night. She said, well, do you want to go grab a bite to eat? I said, I ain't hungry. She said, well, okay, well. Then we had a little bit, and then she left. So my buddy came to me, he said, Steve, he said, man, you out your mind? That fine chick right there, dog. She asked you to go eat, you said no. She asked you for coffee, you said no. Then she asked you for go out for a drink. I know you don't drink, but you could have went out and drank something, get some Kool-Aid. Why ain't you go out with your brother? You know what I said? I ain't going nowhere with her. You know why? Because she don't like my facial features. Yeah. See, I remember that. So since you didn't like my facial features when I was poor and 15, I don't need you liking my facial features when I'm 38 and rich. Because I made it, man. And back at 15, it didn't look like I was going to be nothing. But at 38, I was on TV. I was rolling. Now, you know, I probably could have handled it a little bit more in a better Christian way, but I ain't never been that good a Christian no way. So whatever, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, talking to two 12-year-olds. They ain't even understanding that story, but you will. You'll have a girl story when you get up there. Hey, Torrin.
Yes, sir.
So kind of tell me, man, because I've been knowing you since you was 15, man. What has the camp meant to you?
A lot of times when I'm asked that question, I think it's hard to even quantify how much, you know, the camp means to me. I first came to the camp in 2014, 2013. Somewhere around there. And I didn't go to the camp because I wanted to go. I went to the camp because I wanted to go on a date with this girl and with my friends. So that night, it just so happened to be the deadline for the application. So my mom told me I couldn't go to the movies unless I did the application. So I did it real fast. Movie started 7:25. I probably had it done at 5. But it's, you know, I thought it was going to be thousands of boys applying for the camp. So if I do it and I do a half effort, I probably won't get in. About a month later, my mom had that smile on her face. Not like she was happy to see me. It was more so like she had something up her sleeve and she said, we had got in. I said, got into what? She said, the camp. My heart dropped. I was so hurt because I had just got a job. It was my first job when I was working with my best friends, and it was a concert night, so it was going to be girls everywhere. So I was so hurt. I was mad. I didn't talk to my mama. We made it to that day. And we got to the registration booth, and the lady there, she was asking how we was doing, all this stuff. I didn't say nothing. I just looked at it. But after I got past, you know, the initial shock of the aura of being around so many men at that time, I noticed that it was kind of like layers started to fall off unintentionally, like just becoming more comfortable. And I would say like one of the biggest things I've learned from the camp was the ability to dream, because I think oftentimes as Black boys we get so much pressure put on us, whether it's from our mom's fears or our own fears or just the overall societal pressures, that we forget how to dream so much because we're trying to figure out how to survive. And then I think that the camp gave me the ability to dream back. But I would say probably the biggest thing I learned from the camp is something that I didn't really anticipate getting. Because, you know, we do the conversations with our father at the end of the camp, and I won't give too much on it. But I remember there being a portion where you're talking about one day, a lot of you are going to see your fathers, and you're going to be bigger than them. You're going to be stronger than them, and you're going to have to look at them a certain way. So I see my father after that, but probably it was my freshman year of college, and my dad started getting sick. So I gave him the opportunity to talk, but that weekend I went down to see him in the hospital, and I told my mom to leave the room, and I asked every hard question that I could ever think of. Where were you? Why weren't you there? Why were you around my two youngest sisters and you weren't there for me? So I asked all the hard questions, and he answered them. And after that, our relationship was good. But fast forward to March of this year, I lost my dad. But when he left, he didn't leave me necessarily with questions, because I had those answered from the camp. And that's something that I didn't anticipate I was going to need that. But I have no clue where I would be if I didn't have that.
Wow. Well, sorry for your loss, man. But, you know, one of the things, man, that we go over in the camp, and I try to impress upon the boys, because so many of them don't know their fathers that come to this camp. I try to impress upon them, man, that they are not mistakes, that God don't make mistakes, that your mother and father was put together for the sole purpose of bringing you into this world, because obviously God has a plan for you that's special, above and beyond whatever they thought it was going to be. When my mom and dad was living, my father told me one time, he says, son, me and your mama never would have imagined in a million years that one of our children would live and do the things that you've done with your life. That was a great moment for me to understand that, but it also taught me that God don't make no mistakes, because my parents, my mother was accidentally pregnant by me, because my mother had me when she was 42 years old. So see, they wasn't even looking for no more kids. My youngest brother is 11 years older than me. And my father used to tell me all the time when I would be talking to him sometime, he said, I don't know why you talking to me. You ain't even supposed to be here. You know, that was his running joke with me. But me and my father had a great relationship. But I do appreciate the fact that I was growing up understanding that God didn't make a mistake when I was born, and neither did he make for you, because you're going to turn out to be a fine young man. Who's some of your role models, man?
Some of my role models? Of course you, but I think I look at people like James Baldwin, Malcolm X, people in the media, you know, like Charlamagne the God, Angela Rye, but I also look at people like Robert F. Smith and Stephen DeBerry, as well as Rashawn Williams, because I want to get into business, finance world.
Wow. Yeah, Robert Smith is one of mine. I got something for you, man. I got a friend of mine that's standing by, and I asked him. I didn't even ask him. He just called and found out this what we was doing. He said he wanted to be a part of it. I think this guy right now, for me, and I sent him a text about a week or so ago, and I said, hey man, right now you're that guy. You're that guy for the culture. I think that we are at a platform in our life where we need younger voices out there that's not a preacher. See, back in the day, all of our leaders were reverends and ministers. I think we've gotten to a stage in our life where I think it's time for other voices to roar. Young lions, man, that speak a different language. And please know, there's nothing wrong with praying God. You got to have it. I wouldn't even be here without it. But in this movement that we have, in this culture that we have, we need some of those other voices. And I think that this dude, Charlamagne the God, that you mentioned, is one of those guys. And I think I got him here today. Where's Charlamagne? Charlamagne,
what's up? What's up, Unc?
My man, there we go.
How you doing, my brother?
Dog, you that dude right now. And I text you that, and I told you that because I listen to you, man, and you just that dude right now. You're that young lion that we need, and that ain't a minister.
Thank you, man. I give all praises due to God. Like you just said, I told somebody yesterday, because I was going through a little something, and I told somebody yesterday, they was like, well, how do you keep going? I said, I'm an old school Southern brother, man. All I know is God. Give it to God. Let go and let God.
Man, that's powerful. See, that's a side of you that people don't oftentimes get to see. And I think that's an important lesson for people, because I have no explanation for my existence today if it wasn't for God. There's no way I would have overcome the things I've had to climb out of, the holes I've been in. And to hear you say that is enlightening, man. This young brother is Torin, that's on the radio. He's been in my mentoring camp. I know you've been listening, but he was a powerful young cat, man. And Torin, if you wanted to say something to Charlamagne, what would you say or ask?
Firstly, I would definitely say thank you for being unapologetic for who you are at all times, especially in this cancel culture that we have. It takes a lot of bravery, and it's appreciated to say and speak your mind. But I think I would ask, given the climate that we're in with all of the police brutality and racism in America, what would you do differently in my generation that your generation didn't do so that the movement doesn't stop?
Well, Torin, good to meet you, brother. Honestly, I would keep doing what y'all doing, meaning I would fight, right? Not physically fight, you know what I mean, but just fight, you know. I think that we're at a time right now, if you really look at what's going on, this is really a divine season, meaning that if you look at what happened the past 3 months, God made everybody just be still. That's it. We couldn't do nothing but just be still, be around the ones that we love. Whatever problems we had, we couldn't run from them. Like we had to sit down and like deal with our issues and deal with what we were going through. And now, when you know this whole situation happens, where we seeing the police brutality and we seeing our brothers get killed, it's like we don't have nothing to do but change the system. We don't have nothing to do but fight. We don't have nothing to do but be out there in those streets and make sure that the next generation has it better than our generation. So I think it's a beautiful thing, man, because you know y'all really have the opportunity to make history in a real way. Because you know, even in the Book of Revelations, when it talks about the end of times and the end of days, I don't think that the world is going to end. I don't think civilization is going to end, but I do think that we are approaching, or we've come to the end of a very wicked system that was built on white supremacy and it's systemic racism, and y'all have the chance to dismantle that in a real way. So I would just tell y'all, keep going.
Yeah. Hey, Charlamagne, what is it about? What are some of the advantages you think that this generation has? How can they take advantage of the advantages that you think they have? And what is it that spearheads and moves them, in your opinion?
Oh, it's definitely technology. I mean, look at what we're doing right now. I don't even know where everybody at.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have this growing up. We had telephones with the cord on it. And you had your farthest you could go is from the kitchen to the little living room. And that was if you lived in a trailer. You know, so for me, I think that y'all don't have to wait on nobody. Like I had to go get an internship at the radio station and then, you know, work my way up from promotions to programming in order to get my voice heard. You young brothers, y'all don't have to do that. Y'all can, you know, get on Instagram Live. You can start a podcast. You can get on YouTube and do YouTube videos. Like you can literally, you know, curate your own personality and your own brand and create your own little ecosystem just by having a laptop. I didn't have that. I didn't have that luxury of that type of independence. Y'all have the luxury of a different level of independence that we didn't have growing up.
Yeah. Okay, Charlamagne, let me ask you this, because we're going to have young men on here that's struggling with how to make it from the current set of situations and circumstances that they find themselves in. You have a background, a past, just like I have. I thank God that there was no computers or social media to record my endeavors before I got here. There's no way I could survive what I was. What do you say to young people who have a checkered past or just trying to cope with the realities of the neighborhoods that we grew up in? What's your encouragement to those young men?
Man, I would tell you, don't be afraid to grow. Don't be afraid to evolve, because the first 2 books my father ever gave me was The Autobiography of Malcolm X and To the Black Man by Elijah Muhammad. And the reason he gave me both of those books was because when you read the autobiography of Malcolm X, that is the greatest story of the evolution of a man. You know, you can't have Malcolm X without Malcolm Little. Malcolm Little had to go through those trials and tribulations. He had to be that pimp, that drug dealer, you know, that hustler, that stick-up kid. He had to be all of that in order to bump his head a couple times, to end up in prison and even get those teachings from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that transformed his life, but he wanted to transform. You know, he opened himself up to God. He opened himself up to a higher power. And that's the thing about when you grow up in a certain environment, you're not born a bad person. You're not born a bad child. You just start engaging in whatever opportunities is around you. You know, a lot of us want to make a little bit of money, so you might start hustling. You might start running with the wrong crowd. Who knows? That's why association is very important. But I wouldn't be ashamed of, you know, of how you start at all. It's about how you finish, but you just have to want to grow. You have to want to evolve. Like, I was blessed enough to have a father in my life who always told me that if I didn't change my lifestyle, I was going to end up in jail, dead, or broke sitting under the tree. And I watched all my older cousins who I used to look up to and who I thought was so cool. They ended up being the broke brothers sitting under the tree. And then I had brothers that was going to jail. And then I went to jail myself. And then I saw people around me getting killed. And it comes a point in time where you like, yo, my dad is telling the absolute truth. I just was lucky enough to learn that at an early age. And I always had the wisdom to know that whatever I do in my life today directly impacts what happens in my life tomorrow. I always could see the future. I was always thinking about, okay, how is this going to impact me 5 years from now? How is this going to impact me 10 years from now? Like, I still think like that to this day. Yeah. So don't think that you're doing something today and it won't have any impact on your life tomorrow. That is a damn lie. And I just told somebody this earlier today. There is no right way to do the wrong thing. The wrong thing is going to always be the wrong thing, and it's going to always lead you down the wrong path. Don't think you're getting away with nothing. I don't care what it is. There is nothing that you could possibly do that you think you are going to get away with. I don't care if nobody sees you. God sees you and the universe sees you, and that energy will come back to you at some point in time. Guaranteed. Okay.
I have paid for every single mistake I've made.
Absolutely.
I have had to harvest the crops of every seed I've sown. So I just learned as I got a little bit older, man, hold up, partner, you got to pull up, because life got enough challenges as it is. That's so right. The last thing I need to do is be out here sowing bad seeds, because I got to eat the fruit from that. That's and right. It don't taste good, man. And so life being as challenging as it is, what Charlamagne is saying is exactly right. You can't do wrong on no level and expect good to come out of that. And skip the reasoning and the rationale you put with it. I got to do what I got to do. I got to keep it real. You know, we in the hood, we got some terminology, man, that, you know, I got to keep it real. No, you ain't got to keep it real. You got to keep it moving. That's See, right. Everybody come with you, can't go with you. You can't run with the same crowds when you get to a certain level. And it ain't that you becoming bougie, it's that you moving on. And once you elevate to a certain level, you know you got some people around you that can't be at that level. And if you invite them on that level, they're going to mess it up for you.
That's right.
And so you have to make choices, because like Charlamagne said, they don't go away. They keep on. You know, I wish I had understood that in the 9th grade. I didn't know that 9th grade was going to affect me with college. I didn't know. And so
9th grade affected me with 10th grade, because I failed 9th grade and had to repeat. so I had to do 9th grade twice.
Hey man, I went to college simply because of affirmative action. They had a Cleveland scholarship program, and they just gave it out because blacks wasn't going to Kent State no more because of the killings in 1970. So they wanted some more black students. They passed out some Cleveland scholarships. I got one. I went down there and flunked straight out of there. I had no study skills. I had nothing. I hadn't developed anything in high school to get me in college. And that threw my life into a turmoil. Now, did I recover? Yes, I recovered rather nicely. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, did I pay the price for not studying, for not getting it right. And it takes you a long way around. Not to say you can't get there, but Charlamagne, man, I just appreciate you, man. I want to say this to you personally. You are that dude right now. Look, man, anytime Fox, CNN, wants to hear your voice. Now, when Fox wants to hear your voice, it's so they can tangle up the voice and discredit the voice. They're aimed at the uplift and edification of this administration. So I get that. But I have watched you educate yourself on the issues. And brother, you one smart street dude that has educated himself and become such a relevant voice for culture. And right now, your voice, Charlamagne, is causing this culture to go after what is due to them. And I'm proud of you, man. And I think you that dude, man.
I mean, the world coming from you, because, you know, you've laid a blueprint for a lot of people in this space. You know, I mean, of course, you started off in comedy, but, you know, once you got on that radio and became this multimedia mogul, like you the person people reference when they in them rooms. Like, what do you want? I want to build an enterprise like Steve Harvey got. I want to build what, you know, I like to use the black people. So I say Steve Harvey. You know what I'm saying? But like, you have a multimedia conglomerate that nobody can take from you, and not even just the media, just the other moves you make with agriculture and just different forms of business. It's like, man, yeah, I want LV Global, just like this, like that. Like you got Steve Harvey Global. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That means the world coming from you.
It does. Thank you, man. Hey, listen, I'm gonna invite you. You know, I do my, you've been to my mentoring camp before.
Yes, sir.
We rode around down in Georgia on 4-wheelers. That's when I met you for the first time. And we had a 2-hour conversation. And that's when I fell in love with this brother. I'm going to invite you back, man. You know, but we're doing our mentoring camp this year virtually because of coronavirus. So I'm asking you, man, if you will, just pop in and do a little something over the computer for us.
I'll be there, because mentorship is important. Like even that weekend, you know, because I was in the process of writing my first book, and we was riding around on the 4-wheeler. And you said to me, what you gonna name your book? And I said, I want to name my book I Don't Give a F, and Neither Should You, a self-help guide on how not to give a F. But I said the F word, right? Yeah. And you looked at me and you said, don't do that. That's stupid. You said you said don't do that. You said people out here need to give a F. He said that's the problem. Y'all don't give a F. And you broke it down in such a way where I understood what you were saying, and that from a principle perspective. But then you said on the business side, like, that's not gonna fly. Like and you told me, you said you stand for something, and you have these lessons that you give out, and you need to be teaching these people something. Like, you've lived a life, you got experiences. Teach these people something. Don't teach them how not to give a F. Teach them something. And I took that to heart, and I was like, you know what? Okay. Yeah. You're right. He got a point.
You did, man. And
I'm a New York Times bestseller now.
Come on, boy.
So, you know.
They can't put "you don't give a F" on the cover of a book and set it at the front of the bookstore window.
Not when you're black. They can do it when you're white.
No, they can do that. Look, you can't take your clothes off in Hollywood as a black woman and expect to stay relevant.
That's right.
Now, white women can do a lot of stuff and be relevant, but you black, you can't do that, man. I'm proud of you, man. I thank you, man. Hey, listen, and let me tell y'all something else, too. Charlamagne was supposed to do a national television interview, and he put it off. He said, no, man, mentoring Mondays is important. I'm going to give some time to these young black boys. So I want you all to know that he stopped a nationally televised show and said, I'm going to mentor these young brothers. That's the type of dude you are. I love you, boy.
Appreciate you, Unc. All right, Michael, Trayvon, Torin, Markeem, and Markel. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
Hey, let's go, man. I got a couple of things I want to do for y'all. First of all, I want to thank Charlamagne the God for coming on. I want to thank Torin, man. So here's what I want to do first. I have something I want to do for each one of you on the phone. First of all, let me start with Michael. Michael, this is what I want to do for you. I want to invite you to our virtual mentoring camp this year, to make sure that you come to the camp this year, because it's going to be virtual this year because of the COVID. You know, they won't let us, you know, be that closely tight together. And the sleeping quarters at our camp is pretty close. So we're going to do it virtual this year. And I want to invite you there, Michael. And then I want to give you and your mom to help you out, because it's a little tough right now. We have some great friends of ours at Target, and the Steve and Marjorie Harvey Foundation want to give your family a $500 gift card to just go to Target and help with that. Is that okay, Michael?
Yes, sir.
All right, now the twins, let me talk to Markel. Markel, listen to me. I want you, I'm inviting both of you, you and your brother, to the virtual mentoring camp this year. And so both of you will come to the mentoring camp this year. And Markel, I heard you say you like to fish, right?
Yes, sir.
So I got a partner of mine that comes to the camp that teaches boys how to bass fish. He has a program to teach young people about fishing. Well, we're going to give you some fishing gear. We're going to buy you some brand new fishing gear, Markel. And then when we're going to have you get invited by Kendall, and Kendall is going to take you out with him. He's a pro bass fisherman. He's going to take you out on the boat with him, with your parents' permission, and you're going to go on a fishing outing with him. All right?
Thank
that
you.
sound okay? Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, now, Markeem,
Yes, sir.
you want to be a chef, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you come to the virtual camp, I'm going to introduce you to a celebrity chef named Wendell Price. Wendell Price, he's a celebrity chef. You're going to be cooking with him. And what I want to do, my golf tournament is June 27th in Atlanta. You are going to be with Michael Price at the golf tournament, and you're going to be the sous chef. You're going to be the sous chef at the golf tournament.
Yes, sir.
So that's going to be good for you, all right? You got that?
Thank you.
Oh, don't worry about that. I got some more for y'all, too. Now, Trayvon.
Yes, sir.
All right, my man. I got a couple of surprises for you. You're going to come to the virtual mentoring camp this year also. Okay. But I'm going to introduce you to a buddy of mine, DeAndre Bembre, that plays for the Atlanta Hawks. He's going to mentor you and invite you to the Hawks games as soon as they open up so we can see really how serious you are about that b-ball career you're talking about. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you'll be meeting a great ball player with Atlanta Hawks named DeAndre Bembre. Okay, so we got that. And then next year, for all of you young guys, next year when things open back up, I'm flying all of you to Atlanta and your parents to fly to Atlanta to come to the Steve Harvey mentoring camp for boys down at the Rock Ranch, Chick-fil-A Rock Ranch down in Georgia. And I'm gonna fly all of you all in. And I'm gonna ask Torrin to do me a favor.
Sure.
Torrin. Now, Trayvon.
Yes, sir.
Markeem, Markel, and Michael. Sometimes, man, you need somebody to talk to. You need a mentor. You need somebody that's gone through it, that know a little bit. And this young man, Torrin, is 22 years old, and he could be like a big brother to you. So I'm asking you, Torrin, would you volunteer to pay it forward and mentor these young men?
Most definitely.
So fellas, after this, you all stay on the line. You're gonna get Torrin's phone number. I want y'all to Skype, Zoom, do whatever you gotta do, stay in touch, text, and you can call on him to ask him questions. This is a fine young man. I've known him since he's 15, man. He's solid, he's strong too. And he cut up now, so if you don't wanna do no gym stuff, don't call. He about the business of physical fitness. So, hey, like Markel and them, like if y'all wanna be physically fit, you need to talk to this boy because he's strong, he's structured. He look a lot like I'm built. See, I'm nice. I'm nice. Yeah, I'm real fly. Oh, for real though, for 63, I'm fly. Now, I don't look like him, but you know, can't have everything, you know. So let me see if I got everybody, man. I think that's everybody. I think we covered you guys. I think we got a lot. And so that's what I'm gonna do, man. We're gonna take care of y'all. I want y'all to stay focused, man. I want you all to use Taryn. Use Taryn to call him if you need something. Don't ever give up. Keep the faith. Don't stop dreaming. Don't stop praying. Don't stop believing. And don't ever give up. And rule number 1, do what you say you're gonna do. Now, all y'all talking about going to college, getting a girlfriend when you get in college, you better do exactly what you say you're gonna do. Because if you don't, when I see you, I'm gonna bust you dead upside your head. And I don't care, because I got money for lawyers. I can get out of trouble, but I'm gonna punch you dead in your head. But I'm gonna do it like behind a garbage dumpster or something. So I could just say you fell into the garbage dumpster. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna bust you dead in your head. I'm gonna tell you fell into the garbage dumpster. Because I'm gonna do it in the back behind the stove. When we go to Target to spend that money on that $500 gift card, that's when I'm gonna bust you in your head. Behind the dumpster at the Target. Because I think they got red dumpsters with the little circle on it. I'm gonna slam your head right in the middle of that bullseye. Bam! But put a little knot on your head. You can look up. As soon as you look up, you'll see it. As soon as you look, and you just go, ah, damn, he done knocked my ass out. And that's what I'm gonna do. So, hey man, listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in, joining me on Mentoring Mondays. Mentoring matters, man. It really, really does. And Torrin, thank you, man. Thank you. And I want to send a shout out to Charlamagne the God. I want to thank our sponsors at Wells Fargo. I want to thank Chick-fil-A. I want to thank Coca-Cola. And just all of the people, man, that really put out a lot of effort to make this special. So y'all stay in peace, man, and we'll see you soon.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace out. Yeah.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.